All right, guys, let's send it over to you in Studio A for a quick check on our forecast.
All right, I'm going to give Matt a weather word, and then he has a weather saying that we've all heard a million times, and you'll know it when you hear it. First, though, your weather word is donation.
Donation.
Yeah, I just think every time we can say that word, particularly as it pertains to that last story, it might trigger somebody, you know what, I can give a donation. I have a little extra to give. So that's your weather word.
Let's do it.
And what's your weather phrase that we've all heard a million times?
We were talking about the high clouds coming in. I'll show you here on the CSU cam. Great shot here. Don't look at the traffic. That's depressing. Actually, it's not that bad. But notice the high wispy clouds we have moving in. The saying that everyone's heard is high clouds over the CLE. The weather's about to get iffy, right? Have you heard that every day? We talk about that. Just came up with that in the last 30 seconds. That's great. And you know, the weather's not going to get too iffy, but I want to show you a big picture where those high clouds are coming from, right off towards the west. So we have, you know, inclement weather out towards the plain states. Clouds go up in the atmosphere, not quite as high as they do in the summertime, but the jet stream takes those rain clouds, turns it into cirrus clouds way up in the atmosphere, and you can see those. So whenever you see wispy high clouds moving in like we have here this evening, it often foretells that there's a system close by. However, that system off towards the west not going to affect us. It's one down towards the south, as you'll see here in a second. That'll bring in that rain. Halloween temperatures just adjusted there. You see that? These are your live readings now. Near 50 by the lakeshore, a little bit warmer as you head down towards the south. It was a cool day today, courtesy of northeast wind that hasn't been too gusty. As you get up towards the lakeshore, we have had gusts up to 15 miles per hour, but overall those winds will start to subside tonight as high pressure takes control. The warmth's down to the south. There's no real cold air in sight, but that high pressure sitting right about here continues to funnel into cooler air. So we're not going to warm up a whole lot over the next couple days, but eventually we'll get on the back side of this. That will bring in 60-degree air, which is going to be a little bit nicer compared to some of the 50s and 40s that we've had across the Great Lakes over the last day or so. There's the rain out towards the west. This is our Halloween rain. As we look closer, we will have some clouds around tomorrow mixed with some sunshine, but there's a lot of high clouds coming in with this, and I tend to think that we're going to be locked into some cloud cover tomorrow. So maybe, you know, low 60s ought to do it at best without that full sun. And then down towards the south, low pressure. This one's going to take its time as it rounds the bend there in Texas, eventually heading up our way, and that will bring our Halloween showers in here. So tonight, clouding up. Temperatures, though, back into the 30s. It's going to be a chilly night tonight. Tomorrow morning, dealing with a cool start. Notice the high clouds start to filter in with your National Zymart hour-by-hour forecast. Latest drought monitor has us pretty dry across northeast Ohio, especially as you get west. We could use a donation of rain from Mother Nature because it has been dry over the last really 4 or 5 weeks or so. No rain expected tomorrow. The clouds will stick with us probably through afternoon. We do expect late day clearing. We've been going with that all week. I think that happens maybe for Friday night football or so, and then we'll move onward. Saturday looks good. We bring in high pressure. This is a signal for fog Saturday morning. That could get interesting, especially with temperatures just above freezing. That should burn off pretty quickly, and we're off to the races with temperatures, as I mentioned, warmer, sunshine in 60s on Saturday. This is the latest drought monitor. Look at the U.S. We need rain, not just the western U.S., but the big drought has been in the plains over the last month and a half. Mississippi River running at some very low levels. That's not good for shipping. Even in northeast Ohio, we've got some moderate drought here. Rainfall over the next 3 to 4 days, all down towards the south. This is much needed, but we're not getting much to the north, and we're not expecting a lot here in terms of that Halloween forecast. So weekend looks good at this point. We're in the 60s. There's your rain on Halloween itself, eventually pushing on out. But if you have trick-or-treat plans, we are going to have some showers around still. Latest model run brings in about the same amount of moisture, just periodic showers Monday. There's your trick-or-treat time. Then eventually that heads on out, and we'll go quiet for a couple days before we turn very active. Still looks like that for early November. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecasts. Weekend looks great, as I mentioned. Sunday we'll have to watch for some late-day rain, maybe sneaking in here early. Monday, periodic showers, and then back to the sunshine. We have a big warm-up next week out ahead of perhaps a bigger system. So next week at this point, looking warmer than this week, kind of spring or late fall-like. I don't know which season you go with at this point, but definitely looking milder, guys.
All right. Thank you, Matt.